Hi, this is Mashnu, and this position was reached yesterday evening in a game that I played, and I want to show it to you because in this game I blundered and I lost the game, and while I was reviewing it this morning I was thinking about, okay, there are two ways of reviewing this. One is only technically what moves were good, what moves were wrong, and why, and another way is to remember how I was thinking during the game, so to examine my own thought process and what the mistakes were in that process. And I remember that here, when my opponent played here with white queen to f4, that was his move, I realized in the first place that he was threatening queen to f7 check, attacking my king and my pawn on e6, and I started looking for possible defenses. My next step was to think, can I cover this f7 square to prevent this check? Well, the only way would be to play knight to d8, but in that case f8 is undefended, so queen to f8 check and then queen takes e7, so that doesn't work. Also rook to f8 doesn't work, of course, because queen takes f8, so there is no way to defend the f7 square. So that means that I will have to allow this check on f7. On the other hand, how dangerous is it? He will gain a pawn on e6 after this check. Another possibility could be to move the king away right now, so king to h8 immediately, for example. And a third option, well, another option is simply to allow queen to f7 and see how dangerous it is. So I started thinking, what if I take simply on d4, queen takes d4, because after queen to f7 check, king h8, then his knight on h4 is hanging. That means that he cannot take on e6 at that moment. Well, I took some time to make the calculations that are needed to make this decision, and I decided that queen to d4 was a safe move to play. He played queen to f7 check, and again I thought for some time about if there would be a difference between king to h7 or queen to h8. Calculating these two moves, I didn't find anything special, but in general terms I thought that it would be better to have the king on h8, because on h7 it's in an open diagonal of the light square, so I decided to play king to h8. Nothing wrong with this, and now my opponent saved his knight by playing knight to f3, attacking my queen. And this is the moment when I didn't think correctly. My thought process was, okay, now he's attacking my queen. That means that this knight now is not hanging any longer, and that means that the threat queen takes e6 is now real. He threatens to take my pawn on e6, and that's why I started looking for ways to defend this pawn on e6 with my queen, and there is only one, queen to g4. Now, because of this idea, I didn't think any longer about other threats, and that was in fact my mistake at this moment. I played quite fast the move queen to g4 without thinking longer, and in one way I can explain this because the few moves before I had done so many calculations that I wanted to play a bit faster now, and on the other hand it looked so logical. The thoughts, he's attacking my queen, he's attacking my pawn on e6, so I can use both pieces now to defend, to save the queen and defend e6. The question that I didn't ask is what will happen after that, and that's the main mistake in the way that I was thinking. when we make a move like queen to g4 here, before we make that move, I should have asked myself, okay, what happens next? Then I would probably have seen the threat bishop takes c6, winning the piece. And when he played this bishop takes c6, I realized, my god, I'm losing a piece now. This is a big mistake, because after knight takes c6, queen takes b7 follows, attacking my rook and attacking my knight on c6. If I had asked myself what will happen after queen g4, and I would have seen this bishop takes c6 idea, then a new line of thoughts would have developed, probably thinking about how to defend c6 or b7, for example by playing queen to c5 or by playing queen takes b2. Both moves are good, I think. Queen takes b2 anyway is according to my chess engine, this is a completely equal position. After queen takes e6, then the evaluation is a total equality. We both have a pass pawn, and this is actually what would have been correct to do. But well, the main thing, the main lesson for me is to always, even how logical and how simple a position may look, always ask myself the question, if I do this, what will happen next? And not to be so naive in the sense of just making a move and trusting the future. Okay, so I hope this will be an interesting idea for you as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time on YouTube, and I hope that next time I will be able to show you some victory. Okay, thanks for watching, and goodbye.